We have finally made it to my last video in Brazil, and what we're going to do today is I'm going to take you along to the Diamond Mall, and from there we're going to go to the Central Market. And if you're thinking about visiting Belo Horizonte, I suggest you check out the Central Market. It's basically a gigantic market that sells everything from clothes to food to even animals. So check that out. It's listed in Google as things to do. And what I want to do now is I want to refer back to my first video in Belo Horizonte when I mentioned that most of my Brazilian friends said, do not come to this city. I'm not going to like this city. And my reply is, I just wanted to see the city for myself. So now I'm going to give you my final thoughts of Belo Horizonte.
Head southwest on Avenida Alvarez Cabral toward Rua Curitiba.
My last thoughts of Belo Horizonte, my final impressions of the city is that I like it when compared to other cities in Brazil I visited without a beach. I want to compare Belo Horizonte to another Brazilian city I visited with no beach, and that city is called Campina Grande. Now, in Campina Grande, I had the worst experience ever with police, and most likely I will never revisit that city again. Maybe I'll make a video in detail about what happened, but compared to that city, Belo Horizonte is like paradise. You know, it's much bigger, and also safety. I felt more safe here than I do in other Brazilian cities like in Sao Paulo or Rio. Those are your major big cities, and I feel like I'm on the edge when I go there. When I go to Rio, when I go to Sao Paulo. Here, totally opposite. So this is a place, I guess, when you're at that retirement age and you don't want to be in a big city or a major city like the two I just named, Rio or Sao Paulo, and you want to be more low-key, but remember, there's no beach. This is the city, Belo Horizonte. And going back to crime, most people don't talk about that. You know, you want to stay safe or be safe when you go into another country. There's different laws and there's different types of crimes. So you have to take that in consideration. And again, here in Belo Horizonte, I felt safe. You know, I'm pretty sure it is crime here. It's crime everywhere, but it's less crime here compared to other cities like Sao Paulo or like Rio or like your other big major cities. And now comes the question of would I revisit? And the answer is no. Not because I had a bad time, or not because there's no beach, or not because it rained every day. It's because there's other cities along the coastline of Brazil that I want to explore and visit also, that I have never visited before. So there you have it. Now what we're going to talk about is this Central Market. If you was to live here, retire here, you could get everything you want at one place at this market, and you're about to see in just a few seconds what I'm talking about. So now I'm about to enter in one of the entrances you can get inside to this Central Market, and to get to this market all you need to do is take an Uber or a taxi because the entrance fee is none. So it's free to get inside. Once you go up these steps, you'll be in awe of how many stalls sells different things. And when I say different things, I mean anything you can think of. Like once we're going up these steps right here of this one entrance of many, to the right hand side there's bird cages. There's actually, it's like a pet shop, and along that is another pet shop, and then there's places that sells candles, lingerie for women. If you choose to stay inside here and eat lunch, breakfast, dinner, they have it all here. That's what I'm trying to say basically. So if you visit Belo Horizonte for your first time, this is one place you gotta keep on your list. Again, it's free to enter. Once you're inside, I'm pretty sure you might buy some type of souvenir or you might get something to eat. So check this place out. For those of you who have been watching my videos and you're thinking about coming to Brazil, I still strongly suggest you come and check out the country, but go to Rio, and then from there start to explore other cities throughout Brazil. Don't go to one city and get stuck like I did over the past years. I went to Rio for my first time and I just loved the city so much. I kept going, ignoring the other surrounding cities and states in Brazil. So you want to get a feel of each city, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be cities that you like and it's going to be cities that you don't like. And you're only going to know this unless you explore outside of the norm of the city that you usually go to. So take that in mind when you're traveling, not just to Brazil, but to any country or any continent in the world. I know as travelers, as people that visit a particular country and they have a bad experience in one city, and after that bad experience, they blame the whole country, and maybe they post a video saying do not visit this country based on their personal experience in one particular country. You know, that's kind of crazy, because you're not giving the whole country a chance based on that one experience that you had that someone else might never encounter. Like I've seen videos saying do not go to Germany if you're a black American. And I guess they're trying to say that racism, but I've been to Germany many times, and Germany is my favorite country in Europe. I had great experiences, but that one person had a bad experience. So, you know, you have to weigh the good with the bad, but you'll never see the good unless you go back and return and go to a different city. And I'm pretty sure it's not going to be the same, because each city is different. Just like in Brazil, each city is different. Different types of people, different types of food, different styles, different crimes. It's not the same. So you can't base one city in any country, particularly here in Brazil, and say that all the rest of the cities in this big country is the same, because it's not. That's like just saying every city in the US is just like New York. No, every city is totally different. Different types of people, different types of foods, different types of slangs, totally different. But I kind of do understand. If you remember, I had a video titled Villa Velha, and towards the end of the video, I'm going to a shopping mall to meet my friend, and I talk about a person that I know that visited Brazil, and he actually stayed half of his trip inside of his hotel room. And that person was actually the person that introduced me to international traveling. This was a person that told me, stop going to Miami for Memorial Day weekend, stop going to New York for the Puerto Rican Day Parade. If you really want to see something that's totally different, you have to come to Canada, to Toronto, to Caribana. So I took that chance with him because I didn't want to go. And that just opened my mind up to international traveling. So what I wanted to do was, years later, when I started going to Brazil, introduce him to something that's really international, because I don't really consider Canada like a different, totally different, how can I say, eye-opening new country. It's like almost like the US. They speak English, we speak English. They have the same foods we have. It's not really a big difference. So I wanted him to see something that was very different than North America, which was South America to Brazil. So he was the person I was talking about. He came to Brazil, to Rio. On day one, he saw someone get robbed on the beach in the daytime. Day two, I told him about a club that he might want to check out. He checked out that club. After the club, he got robbed. And after that, it put a bad taste in his mouth. And he said he would never return to Brazil again, in which he has not. And this was all based on his personal experiences while visiting Brazil. Even though some things could have been avoided, like I told him about a place called Barra da Tijuca, which is in Rio, but he decided to listen to Google and he went to Copacabana. And while there, he saw someone get robbed at the beach. Also, I told him about at nighttime, try to avoid alleys and shortcuts. He decided after the club to take an alley to get back to his hotel, and he got robbed. But all this is based on his personal experiences. And what I'm trying to get to around to is that my Brazilian friends, even though they told me I would not like it here in Belo Horizonte, I had to get my own personal experiences from visiting the city, in which I did. And the final result was I like Belo Horizonte more than I like another city with no beach called Campina Grande. So for those who have followed my journey throughout Brazil, I thank you. And until then, peace out.